Okay, so normally on a Friday we talk about stockpiling. Today we're going to talk about the 7 easy ways that I like to cut down on my grocery bill. And I'll be back in a minute. This is Jan from New York City. I love helping people keep some more of their own hard-earned money. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Friday. Now, normally on Fridays, we talk about stockpiling. But today I said, I think it's important, especially these days and especially with the prices the way they are, to go over a few more ways that I do like to save money. And how do I do it on my grocery bill? Okay, so let's go to the number one thing. The number one thing that I do is I actually plan ahead. Yeah. Now, some people think, I know, write a list. Well, many people write a list and maybe leave it at home. That's not a good idea. Write a list. You could put it on your phone, and 9 out of 10, you're probably carrying your phone with you, and you could easily pull up your list on the phone. It does help to have that list, okay? So I do plan ahead by making basically a list, and I like to work around my meal planning list that way. That really helps me figure things out. And also, for example, I like to keep a dinner plan. So I sort of work around my dinner plan that I have sketched in my head at home a little bit before I write my grocery list, and I work around it. And I work around it by getting the sale items that work with my idea for the meal, or the other way around. But either way, it is a good strategy to work around. Also, I make dinners that I could also extract some lunches out of. So I'm also getting dinners and lunches basically from the same meals or the same ingredients. So this is really, really helpful. And I like to keep my breakfast expenses very simple, very easy, and very low. And that's very, very helpful. So next, keep recipes simple with fewer ingredients. I cannot stress this enough. You watch some of those shows, and they're fun to watch, those cooking type shows on TV. And I notice a lot of so many extra ingredients. And, if you can afford it and, great, go for it. But for people who really have to watch it to stay within their budget so that they could keep, below their means and stuff like that, I say keep it simple. Keep it simple, sweetie. Remember the KISS methodology of doing things? Keep it simple, sweetie. The less ingredients in a meal, the less you have to buy. It's also easier in general, period. Just saying. All right. Do not overbuy fresh produce. This is a huge mistake, and especially for families of 1 or 2, like when there's not that many people in the household and you think you're going to use your fresh produce up in time. I have nothing against fresh produce. It's very good for you. However, if you buy it and it's not getting used up fast enough and it goes to waste, that's wasting money and it doesn't do you any good. So here's a good trick to note. Right before you might notice, you got to keep an eyeball on your own home inventory, number one. But if you notice some of your fresh produce is not being used fast enough and it's about to turn bad, no. Do not waste it. Excuse the frog in my throat. I don't like frogs in throats. Just saying. But however, if you see that the produce is not getting used up fast enough, definitely put it inside of a soup, a stew, or a casserole. Don't let it go to waste, or even just throw it in a smoothie. Just saying, because you paid good money for that and you want your nutrition. And rather than do that, if you find your family doesn't really love fresh produce, and some don't, maybe some people are happier with frozen stuff. Maybe some people are happier with canned stuff. Is it the same? No, it's not. But it's better than nothing, and there is some nutritional value to it. And for the mainstay, I've often used canned and frozen produce my whole life, and I'm still here to talk about it, and I'm almost 65. So I'm just saying. All right. I think sometimes people make more out of the fresh stuff than it really is, but that's my opinion, and that is not a nutritional thing. Just saying this from an opinion standpoint. Excuse me again. Next. buy items that are on sale as much as possible, but items that are on sale that like you really use. Don't just buy something on sale because, well, okay, it's on sale. No, what good is that? If it's on sale, yes, you bring it home and it just sits there and it decays and you're not using it, there is no sale. You just threw your money away. Just saying, just saying. All right. Also take advantage if you're online shopping for food for your groceries, take advantage of the virtual coupons that, of those offers that you could get. Why not? It's there. It's there. All right. Next, rethink your protein strategy. Well, instead of boneless white meat chicken, maybe you could consider buying chicken parts, chicken legs, chicken thighs, chicken legs and thighs, stuff of that nature. The easiest meal in the world, in my opinion. I don't know where this frog's coming from. Excuse me again. Sorry. The easiest meal in the world to prepare, is like in like those like shaky bakey stuff. And you can make that on your own, by the way, on the cheap. Just like basically the chicken parts and a shaky, and then you throw that into a pan, and then you could bake that along with the baked potato, sweet potato, and then maybe on top of your stove you could heat up some canned item. That is the easiest meal, and it's homemade, and it's good for you. And yeah. Really, seriously, the chicken parts are very, very inexpensive and can easily be made. So to me, literally, winner, chicken dinner. So just be careful with the proteins that you purchase. Try to get the best prices, because protein is a very important staple that we all need to have. But if you could get better prices, get the better prices. So there, just saying. All right. Let's see. Don't forget to shop your freezer and your pantry. I don't know why people overlook their freezers a lot. Like sometimes people don't realize your freezer is part of your stockpile. That's the way I look at it. It's your frozen stockpile. So take full advantage of your freezer and pantry. You may find yourself in a great position that, guess what? You could avoid shopping another week. To delay another week of grocery store shopping is a good thing. To use up what you have is a good thing. That's why it is there. It is there to be used. And if you could, hey, skip on 1 or 2 cycles of food shopping every month or so, I say yay to that. There's just too many reasons why that's a good thing. All right. Let's see. Avoid takeout. Avoid takeout at all costs. I know. We are tired. We work all day. I get it. Many times by 5, 6 o'clock, I feel like a wilted flower. I'm just saying. But this is where the slow cooker comes in handy. A lot of times the slow cooker comes in handy. It's sort of like your own personal chef. Just saying. Nothing is nicer, especially on a tired, cold day. You just, like if you set up your slow cooker, to go the longer route, and, a few hours ahead of time, you just walk in and there it is. It is done. I'm just saying. Who wouldn't want that? And especially knowing if you have to dash out of the house or your apartment again after dinner, like to go to some after school activity or a parents meeting later on in the evening. Yeah. The last thing you want are extra steps. You could find these extra steps, and it just works out in such a way to avoid making that phone call, avoid picking up that stuff, and avoid those extra tips. If you don't think those extra tips add up, yes, they do. Those extra tips outside could be an extra tip for you to put away. Where? In savings. There you go. Hope this helps. I'm sure it will. Have an amazing, fantastic day. And don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Every once in a while, I need to remind you of something that a really smart lady does. And it just, I don't know, it inspires me. Don't forget to do your dollar a day plus more habit like this lady does. fantastic day. Take good care of yourself and your wonderful family.